103.2 Preston FM.
Your community.
Your radio.
And it's Chat City on this Tuesday morning. Now, I know all you Chat Cityers out there, be you old Chat Cityers or new Chat Cityers, well, I know that you all like being pampered. And I also know that you like glamorous things. So we can bring the two things together. We can bring the glamour and the pampering together, because at a Preston pub and restaurant, they're preparing to host a charity pampering night to help local people get over the winter blues while raising money for a good cause, that good cause being Ronald McDonald House Manchester. So we can pamper you, we can get you looking glamorous, and we can get some money out of you at the same time. And to tell us a lot more about that is Joe Wilkinson, and Joe is fundraiser for the house, for Ronald McDonald House. Joe, a pleasure to meet you this morning.
Good morning.
So, let's start by, I'm sure a lot of people don't really know exactly about Ronald McDonald House. So could you tell us a little about it, please?
Okay, yeah. So Ronald McDonald House Charities is celebrating its 25th anniversary in the UK this year. And basically their aim is to build houses to provide free home away from home accommodation for families of sick children. We currently have 14 across the country, and I specifically fundraise for the Manchester House, which is on the grounds of the Royal Manchester Children's Hospital. To date, we've been open since May 2012, and we've accommodated 1,400 families, so providing free accommodation for all those families. And the most interesting thing for your listeners is 459 of those families actually live in Preston.
Wow, that's quite an amount of people, isn't it? I'm from Preston, because I suppose you could think, well, if it's Manchester, what has it got to do with Preston?
Exactly.
But all those families from Preston have been along there. And is it kind of respite care? Is it to give the families a break? Is it to, support them? What happens when they come along there, Joe?
Well, basically, the children are quite poorly. It's a very traumatic time in their lives, so they're being treated in the hospital. We're there to provide them free accommodation. It's a home from home. It's somewhere where the whole family can come. So mums, dads, sisters, brothers can come and be close by. I mean, we're literally in our bedrooms. We have phones in there that lead them direct to the ward that the child is on, so they can speak to them 24 hours a day. They can contact them. And it's just to keep them close by. I mean, there's a lot of research that says children get better and they're closer with the families. Yes. And that's what we're about. We're about the families. The hospital looks after the sick child, and we try and look after the families.
And how do families usually find out about Ronald McDonald House? Is it through the hospitals or through GPs?
It's through the hospitals, and they usually get a referral. The hospital send us a referral over, so they hear about us from that. But obviously, one of the things that we're trying to do as a charity overall is to raise awareness, so that families will know about us anyway, and get to know our websites and support us, because you really don't know when it could be you that needs that accommodation.
And that is very true, isn't it? Because you do always think when things are okay that it happens to someone else.
Exactly.
And there must be some lovely stories of the families, the memories that they've had. How long do usually a family come along and stay for?
It can be anything at all. It can be from a couple of days. We have had a family with us since opening. So that's May 2012 we opened. So it's as long as they're needed.
And there are houses across the country.
There are. We've got 14 houses across the country, and our next one's being built in Southampton. So that's in the building stage. So anybody got any contacts in Southampton that would like to help us there, that would be much appreciated.
You never know.
As I say, we're an independent charity, so we rely on our community, local businesses, and events like the Pamper Night on Thursday night to keep our houses open. Because Manchester, in particular, we need £600,000 a year to keep running.
And do people get confused with the name because of McDonald and McDonald's? Do people then think that the organisation is kind of funded by the McDonald's food chain?
Absolutely. McDonald's are a fantastic supporter of the charity. We are their charity of choice, and they provide amazing support financially, and also through the stores. The staff volunteer at our houses. They're absolutely amazing. But what it means for our supporters and people that know that every single penny they donate to the charity actually does go to the charity. So McDonald's are a brilliant supporter of ours.
Right, because I see that it does cost over 600,000 to run the house as an independent charity, relying on community, local business and events such as this. So, and the present climate that we've been in, the financial difficulties that everybody's encountered. It
is difficult, but our family supporters are brilliant. We've got one family that are Preston based, and that's Team Superluca. And that's
Team
Superluca, an absolutely amazing family. That's Katie, Darren and Luca Gardiner. And they stayed in the house in 2012, and throughout 2013 and still continuing throughout this year, they have done so much for our charity, raised over £20,000.
Wow.
Over 50 of them ran the Manchester Run for us last year. Just created an absolute phenomena for us. And this year, quite a few of them are doing Tough Mudder, which is
Tough Mudder.
And they're looking for all the support. Team Superluca are on Facebook and on Twitter, so they can be found there. But any support that you can offer this wonderful family that are helping us and just doing an amazing job in the support. And that's just one of the families that are really good with us and help us achieve our 600,000.
And of course the Children's Hospital over there in Manchester is a brilliant specialist hospital. I think
it is.
They have patients from all over the world.
They do, as we do as well. We've had people
in the house. You have people from.
That's it. We have, because it's specialist, like you've just said. We don't just have people from Manchester. People actually fly in, travel for miles and miles. I think on average, our families, if they didn't have our accommodation, would do an 80-mile round trip. But we also have families that have been from America, from Poland, just all over Europe, and obviously across, from London, everywhere in the UK, but also abroad.
And as we said earlier, research shows, and it is well known now, that particularly for a child to have a family around you during times when you're undergoing treatment, whatever, can be one of the most beneficial ways of helping that treatment.
It is. We just want to keep the family unit together and give them a place away from the hospital where the other brothers and sisters maybe in the family can just have family meals together and they're not separated, because that's it's a traumatic time in your life, and to actually have all of your family split up is just going to make things worse. So I think we provide that extra support to keep them together, and we try to do different events in Manchester House just to break the days up and just do nice things and make them feel a little bit more settled.
And it must be brilliant for the other children within the family, because at times when the focus is on one child, it must be difficult to focus on the other children, and this is an opportunity to be able to do that, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, we try and hold lots of different events in the house, like arts and crafts, cake decorating. We celebrate all the national, national days like Easter and Christmas. We just try to make it as nice an experience for them as possible.
And the event that we were talking about that's coming up, it sounds really exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. So it's on Thursday the 30th of January at the White Bull in Alston. So that's about 20 minutes from Preston if you're heading towards Longridge. And it starts at 7:30 till about 11 o'clock. It's hosted by Clarins, so it's I think quite a few people might know Mukta from Clarins in Boots Deepdale. He's fabulous. So he's hosting the evening, and he's supported by VC Collagen and Stella and Dart. So basically the idea is that Clarins is going to be there. They're focusing on outside in, so everything outside, getting us all beautiful for the summer. VC Collagen is basically about your inside out, so that's about detoxifying and just pampering and preening from the inside out, so your inner well-being. And then we've got our Stella and Dot stylist Sarah Shorrock coming along, and she's got all the really, really beautiful jewellery and accessories, and that's straight from the catwalk.
Wow.
So there's lots of little goodies going on the night, free goodie bags, offers on products, facials, and makeup lessons that can be booked at a later day with Clarins. And there's a raffle, and whilst you're doing all this, you get champagne and canapes.
Wow, dear.
So yeah, all for £15, which I think is good.
All that for £15.
Yeah, obviously tickets have to be bought in advance,
right?
Because of numbers. Otherwise, the White Bull will be slightly upset with hundreds of people turning up at the door. So that, tickets are available direct from the house. I'm not sure if anyone's got a pen at hand.
Well, you can always give it and give it again. So
okay. So the phone number is 0161 225 7071, or you can go through our Facebook page, which is RMH Manchester, or through our website, which is www.rmhc.org.uk, and we also have a Twitter at RMHCUK.
There you are, and we'll put it on our Out and About spot tomorrow on Chat City, just in case you need it again. So if you listen to Chat City tomorrow, round about 11 o'clock when we do Out and About, we'll mention it again. So that's Thursday 30th of January, White Bull in Alston, 7:30pm to 11pm, £15 per person, and it sounds like a brilliant evening. So I take it that raising money and events just go hand in hand throughout the year?
They do, yeah. We have a good time really to mention Team Manchester House, and basically that is all our challenge people. We have lots of people that take on challenges for us, and they become part of Team Manchester House. So throughout 2014 we've got lots of challenges going on. We've got the Booper Junior Run and the Booper 10k Run. We're going to introduce the Dulux Colour Run to our challenges this year, which looks absolutely fantastic. Yes. We also support the Great Swim Series, overseas challenges, treks, bike rides, you name it. We do it, and we've just announced the date for our annual golf day, which is Tuesday the 29th of April, and that's at the Mere in Knutsford, and that's a great day.
Yes.
Where a lot of our corporate, local businesses and corporate supporters join us on that day and help us raise lots of pennies.
I can understand that. It's very nice, the Mere Golf Club. Long time since I've been there. So a very active calendar then.
Absolutely, it just goes on. I mean, that's just, some of the events. A lot of, our families are absolutely fantastic in the community, and they do skydives, bungee jumps, zip wires, all sorts of things. We couldn't manage without their support. And
the house is open throughout the year?
Yep, we're open 365 days a year. 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So we have people coming to us, as you can imagine. If there's an emergency, people can turn up at any time, and we just do what we can for them.
And just remind us again, how many families from the Preston area?
459 families have had free accommodation and support from Manchester House.
There we are, from here in Preston and area around. So brilliant way of raising money, and why not go online and have a look and find out how you can get involved. Jo, can I thank you for coming on to Chat City this morning? It's been lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
And good luck with the event.
If you've got a story or an event that you'd like to talk to Hughie about, why not email us at studio@preston.fm.